Hi everyone, it's Gerald with you, Grand Seiko guy. Apologies for the hiatus. I was out travelling to Japan and I have some news about that trip in a future video. What I wanted to do today is show you a new watch which has just come into stock. This is in absolutely fantastic condition. Typically this would be described as new old stock, although obviously when a watch, I think this one was from 1968, so it's 52 years old now. So it will show some signs of tarnishing on the cap gold case. It's an interesting one, this. At first when you look at it you think something's not quite right, maybe something's quite a little bit out of proportion. The crown looks a little bit large. The reason for that will be obvious when I bring in another watch here. So on the left, that's the 4520-8000 in a cap gold case, and on the right is the 1964 0010. 1964 is the movement number, not the year, which is obviously one of the ladies' watches. So I just think it's interesting to have them in comparison next to one another here so we can see them side by side. Obviously very, very similar case design, but that standout feature, obviously from a scale perspective, is the relative size of the crown is much larger on the ladies' watch because obviously it still needs to be wound. Okay, let's move the 45 out of the way and bring this into the middle. This is a watch that was originally only in the catalogues for 1 year. We see it in 1970 Volume 1 and 1970 Volume 2 catalogues. The ladies' Grand Seiko range was pretty limited, actually only 5 references in total. And we don't see them that often on the market. Obviously, being ladies' watches, I think it's fair to say they're not as collectible as the men's. There's not such a big market out there for them. So we haven't actually carried any of these before. But when this one turned up, because it was in such immaculate condition, we thought, well, this is really a very, very rare opportunity for someone to acquire. Really just the best possible example you could hope to come across of a ladies' vintage Grand Seiko. So the video will be relatively brief. There's not an awful lot to say about this watch because it's in such good condition. There's no sort of dings or scratches or anything like that to highlight. Let's just give it a quick look over before we run the detailed video. You can see there just how absolutely immaculate this watch is. We turn it over and it has this wonderful small Grand Seiko medallion. And again, let's just bring in the 45 for comparison. Look at that. I think that's 80, so that's October 1968. And really just in absolutely superb condition. This is the original strap. Obviously we will ship it with this original strap as long as it's not to the US. We have CITES problems sending straps to the US. But I probably wouldn't recommend to the collector who purchases that they use the strap because, as I said, the strap is 52 years old, as is the watch. And although cosmetically it looks to be in very, very good condition, there are a couple of places where it's clearly starting to age. And I think if this were to be bent significantly, it's going to start cracking here. We can see a slight crack there on the texture of the strap. It comes complete with its original price ticket, which we'll just pull that into view there. So say originally this was 40,000 yen back in 1970, and also the original swing ticket here, which shows the catalogue reference number 1964-7-100, and if we turn that over, it also has the case number as well. So that's matching up with that. No box or papers with this, unfortunately, and there we see the original buckle as well. Okay, so let's just run the high-res video that we shot in the studio so you can get a really good understanding as to the quality of this piece. We'll just run that now. You can see a fantastic linen textured dial on this watch. Absolutely beautiful. And there's some very slight tarnishing at the edge of the case, which I'm sure would come off relatively simply, but we're going to leave this untouched. So we see examples of the ladies' watches from time to time, but this is the only one that I've ever seen in this mint condition, so this really is a very rare opportunity. Okay, so that's the high-res video. As usual, so back to the normal video. As usual, this will be listed on the website where you can make inquiries. The price, well, as I said, these aren't hugely collectible for obvious reasons, but I'm pretty certain there'll be somebody out there who either will want it for themselves or maybe for their better half. It's very, very affordable when you consider just how rare this watch is and the condition that it's in. So details of the price will be on the website if you click the link directly below this video. And if you have any questions about this watch or any of the others that we feature on YouTube or on the website, please don't hesitate to get in touch. So there you go. So just wrapping up, that is the Grand Seiko 1964-0010, latest Grand Seiko, dating from 1968, only ever appeared in two catalogues, 1970 Volume 1 and Volume 2, and this really is a very, very rare opportunity to acquire a superb example of this very rare watch. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon with another video.